Hi there, my name is Hamden. I'm a fourth year dental student at Vere. I'm also the UK rep for UKDentalCourses. Today I have the pleasure of talking with John from DPC Dental. How are you, John?
I'm very well, thanks, Hamden. Very good, yes.
Yeah, pleasure to have you. Can you tell us more about your services and products that you provide?
Certainly, yeah. So I've been in dentistry for just under 17 years. And just before COVID, I decided to leave the corporate world and start my own business. My real passion is teaching dental clinicians, all of them, how to stay healthy while at work. And that's really down to a combination of good ergonomics, good posture, good patient position, good control over breathing. And when we do these things, we have a greater sort of control and dominion over how we move and how we do things. Dentistry, unfortunately, is one of those professions where they get a lot of issues with musculoskeletal disorders, high anxiety, high stress. But I'm one of those people that truly believes if we understand why these things occur and how the body responds, we can get a greater control on it. And I'm just passionate about keeping those guys healthy while they're at work. Off the back of that, I then started to look at ergonomic chairs, saddle chairs, and ergonomic instruments, and that's been a great success as well. So I kind of like to think that I have three facets of the business, which is ergonomic and posture training for the dentists, control over mental anxiety and stress, and also some solutions. So saddle chairs, instruments, and there's a product from America called Cordies, which is amazing, which you can find on my website as well.
Okay, it's quite nice. So it's quite a broad spectrum of different products.
It kind of is.
Different services that you provide, and a lot of pertinent kind of problems that are in the dentistry world that you're providing solutions to. I mean, a lot of dentists have a lot of stress, anxiety, a lot of back pain. I'm a student and I'm already feeling it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to contact you for one of these chairs.
You will.
So,
absolutely.
but definitely, it's great that you're providing those solutions to these kind of things.
It is. It's one of those things. Another thing that I'm not academically trained, but I've been on this journey for about 10 years. I work for a practice who does full body dentistry, so it's not just the teeth, it's the whole body.
Sure.
And it kind of blew my mind in terms of how the body works and how it can really start to trick us in the way it, the brain works. And if the body starts telling you there's a problem, I like to say it's like a whisper. And if you've got a bit of a pain in your thumb, if it keeps recurring, don't ignore it, because one day that will become a scream, and by then it's too late. So dentistry is a very high performance, high pressurized environment, amazing profession. But if you don't look after yourself, you can end up with big problems down the line. And I'm just passionate about trying to reduce that risk and avoid it.
Sure. And is this company UK based or is it worldwide?
No, so my online training, which I've done an online talk last night actually to the ITI nurses group. I've done some online talks for the Eastman and other ones. But yeah, so online, it's worldwide. Hey, I'll go to Mars if they want me. But in terms of products and services, it's really UK. Okay, but online stuff, that can be breath coaching, stress control, that can be all online.
Sure. Is there any plans to take those products worldwide? Or
so,
to start relationships with different countries?
Not really. I mean, because most companies will have their own distributors in those countries.
Sure.
I'm a distributor in the UK for Score saddle chairs, which I think are brilliant value for what they are.
Sure.
I also have instruments from Danish company, Denmark. But no, there's not in terms of products range, it's going to be UK mainly. Yeah, sure, UK focused.
And what is your role in this company?
So really, right now, DPC is me, myself and I. So it's all down to me. So I'm the sales guy, I'm the marketing guy, I'm the distributor, I'm the driver.
Okay.
But I like it. I've been on the journey for 2.5 years and I'm having a great time. But my official role is managing director because it's a limited company.
Sure.
But I don't feel that way. I just feel like I'm just somebody who wants to provide a service to the dentist.
Okay, that's perfect. You just want to help as many people as possible.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. And are there any future initiatives that you've got in the works?
So one thing I'm doing for myself right now is I'm doing a new course on postural neurology.
Wow, interesting.
And that's really down to how our posture over the last 20 years since the event of the smartphone, everybody across the entire developed world is looking down at their phones.
Absolutely.
A lot of the time.
Sure.
Dentistry is also a profession that spends a lot of time looking down. So that can affect the way our brains get stimulated. With mobile phones, youngsters especially getting tons of auditory and visual information, but they're missing out on the interactions, human interactions, the getting outside, the fresh air, and it's actually misfiring the brain. So in the last 20 years, cases of ADHD has skyrocketed, and also in lots of young adults. So they're quick to frustration, quick to anger, easily distracted, quite sleepy on occasion, and that's all to do with mobile phone or technology. Also, when you're leaning forward, you're literally, in a very subtle way, you're reducing the amount of air getting to your brain,
Sure.
the amount of blood flowing through the cervical area, and those things all contribute. So this postural neurology, again, it's going to be right in the dentist's wheelhouse because, you know, tech neck is a problem, youngsters with rolled shoulders.
Yeah.
This is the future.
Sure.
One day we'll learn how to deal with mobile devices better, but right now there's a pandemic or epidemic of potential problems with breathing, rolled shoulders,
Definitely.
and all these sort of mental issues that shouldn't be there because our ancestors didn't have it.
Yeah.
It's only since the evolution of technology.
Yeah, I mean the poor ergonomics I know because I see so many of myself, my friends, dentists with such poor posture, and it's a big problem. But the neurology side of things is quite interesting. I haven't heard of that before.
Yeah, well, if you just Google the words digital dementia, it'll tell you all about it. And there's probably been in the hundreds of studies now done all around the world. And it's quite interesting because in countries where mobile phones weren't really a thing, the kids were still outside playing and doing lots of things. Mobile phones come into the environment or into the community, and then within a few years, kids are now easily angered, easily frustrated, quick to frustration, and that's because they're not getting the right information. We have 5 physical senses as humans, and the mobile phone really only picks up 2 or 3 of them. So we want to stimulate all 5 to develop the brain fully, and that's something I'm learning about. So that's going to be part of DPC's offering. It is. It's very interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll be looking out for that.
Yeah.
Okay,
So I'll be putting it online.
Okay, so that's a quite nice flow into my next question, which is where can we find you? So website, Instagram, what?
So my website is there, dpcdental.co.uk. I've got a standalone website for the Cordies, which is cordies with a z.uk. I've now got a TikTok account. I've started to do some TikTok.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
TikTok is definitely big now.
it's not really me singing and dancing, but it's me talking about, short videos about how we breathe and how we can find anxiety and how we can overcome these things. So it's more of a sort of a general help TikTok, but it's me and it's kind of interactive and fun. I've also got my Instagram account, Facebook, so it's all out there. If you search DPC Dental, you'll either find me or a practice in Kensington called DPC Dental. We're both either 1 or 2 on Google search, so it's easy to find.
Okay, amazing. And can we find you any BDIA showcases, any exhibitions?
Yeah, I do quite a lot with the BSDHT. I do most of their events, at least in the southern part of the UK. I was at the London Dentistry a few weeks ago at the Excel.
Nice. Yes.
I do the big shows maybe every year, once or twice. I don't do it often.
Okay.
I like to do smaller events, a bit like this today. But yeah, I'm often out at shows and events. I'm one of those people that are more than happy to. If you want a demo on a saddle chair, I'd happily come and drive to see somebody. Bring the chairs, set them up, and give people the full demo. And whenever I sell a chair, for example, I always provide it with a hand delivery and a full demonstration of best practice again to get the best out of the chair.
That's great.
A lot of people buy expensive saddle chairs and they don't really utilise them correctly, and they could have just bought a bar stool and had the same effect. If you're going to buy a saddle chair, use it correctly, and that's what I'm all about.
Okay, and I think it's a lot better because when you just look online and you see the chairs, you don't really get that feel of it. You don't know how it affects you, how sitting down, how comfortable it is.
Absolutely.
But trying it, you really get that hands-on feel. Okay, this is quite nice. I like this, and then you get to kind of guide them and say, well, this is how you position yourself, etc.
Exactly. There's different sizes, so depending if you're high, tall, bigger stature, smaller stature, you need the right chair for your body structure, and that's important to get. You can't buy a chair that's going to be used every day in your clinic online. It's a really bad idea. You've got to demo it at least at a show or an event, or get someone like me to come and visit you.
Okay, perfect. Well, definitely give DPC Dental a follow. Follow the TikTok, follow all the pages, and pleasure speaking to you, John. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. Cheers.